of children or done in an outright fascist at this election. We have choices. Whether you're seen as an independent or a member of the Greens, there is someone on your ballot who supports Palestine, and we will not allow Peter Dutton. And Palestine will be our litmus test. Genocide is the litmus test. The murder of children is our red line, and we will not support leaders who have blood on their hands. We will not allow Peter Dutton to get elected. We will not allow ourselves to be ruled by a government for the next 3 years. But we will also not allow ourselves to be governed by the Albanese government, who has done absolutely nothing over the past 3 years, whether it is on genocide or whether it is on cost of living. Our best bet is a minority government, and the polls are pointing towards that. Where we sit right now, the Australian community is sick and tired of the lack of action, but we do not want fascism. We see right through Peter Dutton's right-wing lies, and our country is steering towards our most progressive government in the past decade. And this is because of our movement, comrades. This is because of our movement. Over the past 18 months, we exposed the system which values profits over life. We exposed the system where democracy manifests in us, in the people, in the dissenters, again on the ground, not in our institutions which capitulated to lobbies, corporations, billionaires, and the American interests, and that includes the media organisations and the journalists who are joining us at this rally today. None of these are new additions to the system, but rather our movement exposed the system for what it is. And we are in a terrifying moment of political history where we saw both major parties greenlight the murder of babies, children, women. We saw both major parties disregard international law. We saw both major parties manufacture a crisis and weaponize anti-Semitism to push out and punish the pro-Palestine movement, which had nothing to do with the rising anti-Semitism in this country. Over the past few months, we have seen major laws passed to curtail civil liberties to try to shut down dissent during the largest anti-war protest in Australia's political history. And I remind the Prime Minister Albanese, while he's up there in the debate room claiming that Peter Dutton is going to be the greatest threat to our democracy, he was the greatest threat to our democracy over the past 18 months when it is his government who has attempted to shut down protests, whether it is in New South Wales, Queensland, or Victoria. We see both sides of the political spectrum up there claiming to care about racism, claiming to care about anti-Semitism, when they greenlit the most heinous of racially motivated crimes, genocide, when they have greenlit in their own governments the targeting of Indigenous and First Nations communities through police and the criminal justice system, and when the Labor Party greenlit textbook apartheid in the Northern Territory.